there's nothing there, but you can tell the installation guys sprayed one to like probably kill it, and it left the shadow of the spider on the wall permanent.
That's hilarious.
We're back on the job this morning, and I've got Nate from Sashco. You would usually find him in a lab coat doing tests in the lab with their products like Big Stretch and Lexel. But today, he's in North Carolina to do a blower door test on this house to test the air leakage value of this not passive house. It wasn't built to be super, super airtight or anything. It's our normal style of build. But in the name of science,
that's right,
we thought it'd be fun to see where we stand with our normal type of construction. Here's our equipment. What? Oh, that's the smoke machines.
Yeah.
It's literally like for like a concert.
Good old-fashioned Halloween smoke machines.
Okay. Nate's getting the frame to this door set up on the back door so it's most out of the way. And if you're wondering, we've never had this done on one of our jobs ever because it's not required in this area. And why would we pay to have that done if it's not required unless the client requested it, which no one has. So this will be pretty interesting. You will not leak again. No, we just carried this cabinet in, and I'll bet it weighs like 300 pounds. Oh my God.
Who do you think put it on the trailer?
Oh, it wasn't Jamie. I know that. Anyways, I guess this is going to sit on the floor because it's got legs. Normally, you wouldn't set a cabinet on a floating floor, right? But if it's completely open at the bottom, what other choice do you have? It's like setting a table or something else.
Yeah, couch.
Or a couch, yeah. So I was just thinking about that. I'm like,
That thing's gonna pin it to the floor.
It will, but I don't know what else you do.
What else do you do?
What do you do?
It probably won't. What do you do, Arlo? You cut really low around it.
Yeah, I don't know. No.
All right, somebody's got to start installing some doors. Or
all right, I'll do it.
Or else I'm out of a job.
Also, another major problem is that this is super heavy. It's got to get shoved in this space that's only as wide as this and lifted over those pipes to where they stick out through the bottom of this into the cabinet. Yeah. Which is going to be impossible, but Jamie thinks we're going to use some car jacks, two of them, jack it up, roll it in, let it down. So
since I've been working on the Jeep, I had to buy some more jacks.
Okay, so they're nice wheels and everything. Okay,
I think it'll
so coming to a video soon, hopefully, is us doing that. Nate's going to also do some math to make sure that we did our cubic footage correctly, because that can affect our score. So he's right now, he's drawing the entire house. Jamie, it was 1,000 square feet, right?
I think so. Well, how much does the volume, if it's an error?
It affects it a lot.
Is significant?
Yeah.
You know there's a calculator on your phone, right, Nate?
I do know that.
Okay,
but
I'm just checking.
My calculator doesn't draw triangles.
Okay. All right, I'm just checking.
Ooh, so this can go tight at the top. I need to shim the bottom. I'm trying to make sure that this door goes in with the same amount of drywall reveal both sides. And right now it's not even. So I did a bunch of math, and basically the jamb needs to get bang tight against this side to make that happen. So I'm gonna nail shims on this side plumb. Yep. Jamie doesn't mess around with the number of nails.
More the better.
You wanna go center?
Yeah. See how these shims go down to nothing.
Yeah.
That's because he made them.
Custom. You won't find that at the store. They'll have a little tiny flat in the ends.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're too thick, even the thinnest ones. So these are. There you go.
Yep.
Like that?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, these thin ones are hard to get to stay too. You know. Sometimes I use staples.
I think we can slap that jam in.
Don't do like me and knock that off of here before you get this at the door in there. That's what I've been doing.
Nate's just learning how to hang doors while he's hanging around
I
here.
think he already knows how.
No, I'm learning.
Yeah, it looks like he already knows.
He's learning that it's
He's gonna be giving us pro tips.
a terrible job to have to do.
I am curious how you're gonna knock off basically
what
like
is-
a full inch on this side.
And that makes it even on the face. Let's check, see if roughly.
I think that should be even.
All right, 4.5.
4.5.
Wow. No way.
Yeah, I did the math. I said I did the math already.
Well, I mean, I don't care what you say.
We need a big shim on this side,
All
though.
right, we'll get a 3/4 something, and then a.
Yeah, we could use a full inch pretty much, Jamie. We've got this jam where we want it now, nice and straight and plumb, both sides, equidistant, shimmed, tacked. Now I'm just gonna go with some 2.5, 16 gauge and lock it in with a bunch more nails. Or maybe just a few more. Jamie bought us these Fine Tool brand oscillating tool blades, and I've just been using one cutting these shims off. And this thing's kind of a wild ride, Jamie, because the teeth, there's so much teeth, it's wide.
Yeah.
And I'm going into like a full width cut.
I see that, yep.
And it's like, you better go 2 hands on this thing. Are you listening to me? Have you tried one of these?
Just keep that away from, important
I know.
parts of your body. While you're
I
cutting.
see why the other brands make them narrow now, because it's like a little...
What's the benefit of it being so big?
I mean, it cuts a lot at once, but it's like...
Hey, turn that thing up to max.
RPM?
Where's the setting?
All right, here, let's do one.
Yeah, turn it all the way up, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, turbo mode.
I'm telling you.
I have never seen that type of tool cut through something that thick that fast.
Nope.
That was actually amazing.
All of our measuring and whatnot was for this moment here to get this face trim equidistant on the corner beads. So let's see if it works.
Take a deep breath.
Oh my gosh. Yep, it's working. We're ready with the smoke, so we're gonna get a couple guys, like eyes on each side of this. Wow. All right, I'm gonna go look for smoke.
Sounds good.
So I think it's coming from the bottom of these window flanges, which we did not zip tape because of using the drainage method to flash these. But now I'm thinking we should just go ahead and flash tape them, because I do see smoke coming out from the bottom of all those. So I found our leak here, and it's these weep holes on the windows. You can see the smoke and you can hear it. So there's not much we can do about that. Right there was leaking a little?
Yeah, this is,
Yeah, that was leaking.
and this, I can't tell, but something over here.
Okay. Looks like all these are holding, even though we just did that a few minutes ago. Learning a lot.
Dude,
We're gonna release the smoke.
why?
I think we're done smoking
Holy
it.
crap.
Look at that.
We got a leak in the front door, Daddy-o!
I'm gonna go ahead and zip tape the bottom of these window flanges. And I've been talking to Arlo, and we both think that since these are high up windows, that maybe the foam insulation did not get put around the whole thing or on the bottom edge of these by the insulators, because none of the other windows leaked like this, like these ones.
Yeah.
They were sealed. So that is a possibility, but luckily we can air seal them right here, right now. We're now taking the final reading after the improvements we did to improve the air leakage. And he's doing a suction this time, like a negative pressure. So we're holding the doors and it pulls pretty hard. Just a minute. Just one more minute.
So our fan, I've set the fan to hold 50 pascals of pressure,
Okay.
which is about where you want to do these things. And what it's saying is that you've got about 1 air change per hour.
Someone just opened the door.
Someone opened the door. So it'll cool back down. back down. That's pretty awesome.
Really?
My house was 3 years old, had an air change per hour of 5.
Yeah.
And 5 is usually what kind of production builders are shooting for.
So we're at 1?
So 1 is... That's nice work.
Nice.
Yeah, right at 1. So this is not going to be drafty. It's going to be very energy efficient. Well done.
I want to brag. Nothing but.
This video is brought to you by North One. For those of you guys who have a small business, especially one based around the trades or construction, your banking needs can be different than those of big corporations. And I'll bet they are. I'll bet you wear a lot of hats, as in you do your own financial stuff. You might also have to cut checks a lot, which in the modern world, people don't even know what checks are. And you probably need your money right away in a liquid form when you deposit a check mobily. North One has got your back on all of those things, making it the perfect type of banking if you're a small business in those ways. With North One, you won't get caught running out of checks or not having your checkbook with you. You can just punch in your check information on the app, and North One will put a stamp on the check and everything and mail it to whoever you need to pay. It'll send both of you an email letting you know it's on the way. North One has some great bill payment features as well. And I know my tendency is when I see an invoice in the inbox is just to pay it. But when I do that, if I'm paying it 20 or 25 days ahead, I'm losing that working capital for that period of time when I wouldn't be penalized to just wait till when it's due. But I pay it because I don't want to lose the invoice way down my inbox and forget about it. With North One, you can send those unpaid invoices to your North One account and then schedule them, and you can pay all of them or a portion of them automatically right on the date that they're due, so you know they'll get paid and you can keep your money in your account. And even if you're a small business, even just 2 people, you can get multiple cards and multiple logins to your account, which is really helpful if you have a business partner. So it's features like this that has the fastest growing segment in North One being construction related folks. So if you're just starting out with a small business, or if you're looking for better banking with your current small business, I would really encourage you to check North One out. It could save you a lot of hassle. And I've spoken with the CEO, and not a lot of CEOs want to talk to a builder, but this CEO has been talking to tons of builders so that he can get things right. They even made a separate app that calculates concrete for builders because he realized a lot of builders were losing money by figuring concrete wrong. So these guys care about the trades and what you're doing. Check them out. There's a link in our video description. Thanks to North One for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to work. This blower door test on this house, I would really love to do this on every project now. And Nate said he would come do it for free, which makes it even more enticing. But no, we learned a lot. We found some leaks and sealed the place up better than it was and ended up with a terrific score. If you're wondering, that was just the upstairs volume. That did not include the crawl area, but that means it did include the ductwork because it was all not covered. So that included testing how tight the ductwork was in this house. So that was part of the deal, which is great. This door right here was giving me quite a bit of trouble. Even though I had the hinge side plumb and I put a level on the door, it was plumb. There was still too much gap right here compared to that side. And we were hitting low on the hardware right here where it's gonna latch in. So the only thing left to do, since the hinge side was already shot on the wall, was to take a little shim here that was about the right thickness, plus the oscillating tool. And I just took off like 3/16 of an inch with this protecting the floor. And that did work. It dropped it down what I needed. And now everything's looking great. So that's a good trick. I think a pro tip if you've installed the door and one leg is looking too long and it's got you messed up. Oscillating tool, something to protect the floor. You can zip it off and then jam it down there. Another little trick here that I like to do for fitting these doors to the jamb down here at the bottom. I've got the top attached and shimmed. And since I'm doing this by myself, I'm just using the door as a gauge of where I want that jamb. And unless you fasten it, it's just moving. So I did shoot one nail in it. Now I'm testing it and I'm just tapping it in a little bit, then a little bit, until it looks like where I want it. And then I'll put the shims in there tight and shoot it for its final location. So I'm almost there. Okay, that looks like what I want. I'll stick the shims in there and shoot some nails through the shims. You guys. Yeah, you should have been listening. You could do this on the next one.
I fell asleep for a little bit.
All right, got the board. I think I've got one more door to hang on this house. That's great.
Nice.
But I got to hand it to these guys doing the face trim behind me, that they probably had the harder job here. I think every single door has had either like a tapered rip or a bevel cut or like a mud corner that's built out or the jam's not flush with the drywall or all of the above in one piece. So they're sort of, working their way through, but it's taking way longer. Good job.
We're getting it, yeah. So this one actually needs to be a precision cut.
Okay.
So I was gonna ask your brother to do it. What? Nothing. What?
He's going to do it.
I'm gonna do it.
All right, there you go. See, this one too. Every one of them's been crazy.
Every one.
That's due to the fact that a lot of these doors don't have two studs and a jack. They're like jack stud out of the corner or something like that.
Yeah, or they're angled because of the closet thing.
Wow. You would be so disappointed if you expected to just buy some 1x4 trim boards and just nail them in and not have to like make every piece just fit perfectly. I know. That's what I'm saying. You'd be sorely disappointed if you thought trimming a house was just cross-cutting.
I mean, we could have just put 1x4 up there. It probably wouldn't look very good.
Yeah, it would have gap 4 inches off the wall.
It's also a tapered rip.
Tapered rib.
I hope you guys
hand
just
plane.
did that on the right end of the taper or whatever.
We already did that once. Just joking. We did do it once.
I'm watching you guys struggle a little bit here, and I'm thinking, I know exact reason.
I saw it.
Okay, I smacked this jam this way so that trim inside would lay flat, and now they're sitting here like, why is this trim not laying flat on the outside? I could see Arlo's pencil moving in his mouth when he was talking real fast. See that? He was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
That's his fifth pencil he's chewed through today.
This might blow right through it. Now it held. Look at that.
Oh, look at that face, nice and flat.
There's one door, but I can't find a place for it to go.
I don't know
So
what
you might have an
happened.
extra door. I thought I had one more to go, but now I'm done. Sweet. I ended up looking at this door, and it does not belong to us. So if there's a Cassandra Bulla missing a door, this is your door. Finally found Jamie. Where have you been all day?
I've been hiding. I'm getting some peace and quiet back here. Just me and the paintbrush and the woods, Well, we've come to the point in time where I'm tempted to take all the ladders and walkboards home. And I realized we still had some up high painting, like touch-up kind of painting to do where we ran out of paint and we had to stop. I'm doing all that. You can see all this 2x4 material and like braces everywhere. I'm gonna take all that down, but it's not just that easy. It's hard to get to because it's on a slope. But behind each brace is a bare spot because we couldn't stain. It looks like all the stain's done until I take the braces off. Then there's patches of it everywhere.
Whoops.
So I'm gonna do all the touch-up work. I'm gonna tear it down, clean it up, load up all the scrap wood, load up the walkboards, and try to make it look like we're done. I got one little tiny pro tip for you here. We're gonna take out all these screws. A lot of them are buried, and a lot of times one will get stuck and it won't back out. So the tip is to back them all out, maybe halfway, so that the threads have engaged into this piece and they'll all come out.
That is a good tip.
I don't know. I will say this ladder does make it easier, even though it really looks like I'm struggling right now.
Yeah.
This would be really hard without this ladder. Setting up on a slope.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this. Oh, yeah. Gotta watch your fingers on this thing now.
Yep.
It'll get you. And it's not easy. I mean, it's helpful, but this thing is still
It's not super easy to set.
not easy. I'm gonna go all the way with the... There it is. kind of worry when I get to the last notch.
I don't want to be Captain Obvious here, but couldn't you have just spun the ladder around?
I don't want to talk about that.
Still at it. What's the deal?
This isn't even the last thing we're gonna have to do to it.
Really? So you got bevels with crazy ends, and then you took about an 1/8 off the whole thing except for the face.
We gotta do that next.
Now we gotta go put it up there and mark where the legs are at so that we can take that.
What is this? What is?
It's the top of the closet.
Oh yeah. If you're designing a house for yourself, my advice would be to move the doors out of corners as much as you can.
Yes.
Like a foot out of any corner,
Like in
drywall
the middle
corner
of the room would be good.
would make the trim easier. Well, so you know why you don't put them in the middle of rooms, then you can't put any furniture on that wall.
It don't matter. I'm not putting furniture in here. I'm building it, and I don't want to do this again, dude.
Yeah. I just had to show you guys all the work they were working on was that piece that's inside
Yeah.
the laundry room that you'll never see really, but pretty nice. I mean, it looks like a board just got nailed up there. That's all it looks like. 40 minutes later. Ooh, shiner.
Whoopsie.
That's all right. This has got to get filled, stained, and finished. These jams. Yep.
No, it matches perfect.
Yeah, but it's
Great.
feel it.
It's gonna be tough.
Feels perfect. What do you mean? Feels like wood.
All right, I gotta keep carrying boards.
All right. Somebody needs to do this.
Yeah. What's that?
This is around.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a little teeny piece.
You got to figure out that angle, though.
Yeah, it should be a 45.
No, it's not a 45, is it? Maybe
I mean, that's a 45, so the bevel cut should be like a 22 and a half.
on each side.
It should be.
Okay.
It may be slightly over because of the way the build out would be
Yeah.
on the drywall corner there. It might be more like a 48.
So you should let me know how.
I zoomed in on your neck.
Let me know
I
how.
hit the wrong button.
Let me know how that goes.
Oh man, we're so tired out here. I know this is like probably the crappiest video ever, but this is just what's happening on the job today, is this stuff. We've got a super tiny piece of trim that goes right there, and we're just gonna have to Lexel it to the wall and to that and to the other board because we don't have a pin nailer here. And I think that's gonna work just fine though. So ended up pulling that little piece out because it needed thinned just a little bit from 3/4. There's Lexel all over it, and
Wait, let's see what you're using here, because most guys would have it fit. So he's using his CRKT. I don't know what that's, circuit, whatever.
well, it's too dangerous to try to cut this with a power tool because it's so small. So I'm just trying to carve, which I do have some experience whittling from being a kid. Carve like 1/8 of an inch off the back of this, and then I think it's going to be perfection. If I don't cut my hand.
You know, there's going to be some YouTube fans cringing using your pocket knife.
I mean, this is why it's a custom house, stuff like this, where
Use your custom knife.
we're going to make this thing fit perfect, whether we have to do it 5 times or not.
I feel like I'm standing in front of the sun.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but or maybe you're the full moon.
All right, here you go.
Get it all right.
All right, we've got this put back in, and that's as good as we're going to get it. So.
How does it look?
It looks pretty good. I mean, as far as baseboard goes, you're not going to be staring straight at it, hopefully, unless you've fallen on the floor and you can't get up. I think that's a wrap for today. We've got all the doors hung, all the doors trimmed, all of the windows trimmed, maybe all of the baseboard in 2 days.
Incredible.
And we did the blower door test included in that time. We vacuumed, we picked up. I literally went to the dumpster 40 times separately. So it's clean outside.
Yeah, it looks great.
Let's go to the building show.
All right.